everyone, it's Tiny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. We are here today with a bit of a guide to the Eggstravaganza event that is going on currently in Disney Dreamlight Valley. Now this event is running from April 2nd till April 22nd. And yeah, I'm really excited to have this event back, particularly because there are new items to gather. So this event has happened before twice, so it is a repeating event, but they have added in some new items for players who have already played the event originally. Now when you log on, you may find that some mysterious bushes have spawned in your plaza. There should be 3 of these bushes, so what I would recommend doing just for ease of use is I would just place all these bushes together just to make it easier to keep track of. Now these bushes are only here during the event. The reason why I point that out is because when this event first happened, there was a bunch of people who used these bushes in their orchard builds and things like that, and then they disappeared and it ruined their orchards basically because they were left with a bunch of space. So I would just put these somewhere temporary that you can sort of harvest these eggs from, somewhere possibly in reach near your house or near Scrooge's, just somewhere where you're going to go past regularly. Now these bushes will give you the excellent fruit, and these will respawn every hour. So after 60 minutes, you'll be able to go back and reharvest these bushes. Now I've come back here because we actually have an egg that spawned here, thankfully. This is the wild spring egg. Now this can be foraged from the ground in all biomes in Dreamlight Valley. A maximum of 5 can spawn, but they do have a shorter respawn time of only 12 minutes. Now these can be quite hard to find. They can spawn in awkward places. I recommend going into furniture mode personally to have a look. It's not going to be fun if any spawn over here because this is going to be a nightmare to find an egg in. It would be a literal needle in a haystack. The Frosted Heights is another one where it's quite tricky to find them. Not because I've built this up, but because of the colour of the egg, it does tend to blend in a bit with the ground. As you can see here, it does blend in a bit. But I would recommend using furniture mode to scan your valley. Try and look out for these little dots that you can see around. Try and spot the eggs this way, like there's one here. Pick it up and just move it to near where your character's likely to be, and then it will make it easier for gathering. As I said, these can spawn in quite awkward places and stuff like that. They can be very, very hard to find. Oh, I've got quite a few 4-leaf clovers up here. I might as well just grab those down. Oh my gosh. No idea that these were here. But yeah, you can just scan around your valley, have a look, try and spot them. As I said, you can only have like a maximum of 5, but they do have quite a short respawn time. Oh my gosh, what is with all these clovers? I promise that's not what this video is about, but yeah, I mean, you can see here, even I'm struggling a bit. Obviously, you can go down onto the, you know, the ground level and have a look that way. I just sometimes find it's quicker to do a quick scan like this, just to see if I can spot any initially, because obviously once you've picked those up, more can start spawning in. Obviously, we've got another one there. So, I mean, that's 4 of them, because I picked up the one from back there, and then I've got these. So there's one more in my valley somewhere, but this will at least mean that more of those blue eggs can spawn in, and that's every 12 minutes. Now there is another type of egg which I'm going to come to the crafting table for, and that is the vegetable seed, and that's this one here. Now for this, it does cost 20 Dreamlight. It costs 1 excellent fruit and 1 wild spring egg. Then you can craft this. Obviously craft as many as you kind of need. Then we can plant it. and then we can water it. And then this will grow, and then we can harvest this as well. Now you may be asking, what is the point of all these eggs? Well, you can actually use them to craft furniture. So if I come down into here, oh my gosh, I don't even know where they're going to be actually. Let's have a look, see if we can find them. Okay, here we go. So there's a few recipes you can craft. There's the over easy chair, which takes 5 wild spring eggs and 5 excellent fruit. There is the don't put them all in one basket, which takes 10 wild spring eggs, 5 spring vegetables, 10 excellent fruit, and 20 fibre. Then there's the spring egg bounty, which takes 15 wild spring eggs, 15 spring vegetables, 15 excellent fruit, and 50 stone. We then have the sunny side up arch, which takes 25 wild spring eggs, 25 excellent fruit, 25 spring vegetables, and 10 iron ingots. And then our last one is the spring stool, which takes 10 wild spring eggs, 10 excellent fruit, 10 spring vegetables, and 20 hardwood. Now this spring stool I love. I think it's beautiful. If you do any kind of little market-y stalls or shop stalls, I think this is one of the prettiest stalls that we have. Also the don't put them all in one basket is quite cute for any kind of like farm core builds. So I definitely think these are worth crafting. Now outside of that, we also have some cooking recipes. So let's go through these. So we have 3 recipes. We have the spring chocolate here, which requires a spring vegetable, a sugar cane, and a cocoa bean. We then have the spring egg bowl, which requires an excellent fruit, a wild spring egg, and a spring vegetable. It also requires sugar cane and a cocoa bean. Then we have the spring mimosa eggs, which requires excellent fruit, wild spring egg, spring vegetable, and basil. So these are 3 desserts that you can craft with those eggs as well. Now, the reason why you may want to craft these items and things like that is based on village tasks that you can do. So if we come into the Dreamlight section and then come under village, there will be 3 tasks that you can do. Wait, is it 4? Yeah, it's 4, sorry, 4. Okay, there's 4 tasks that you can do here. Now, I've already done these before because I've done the event prior, but there's That's Not Where Eggs Come From, Spring Taste Test, Wally Loves Flowers, and Exceptional Decorating. Now, That's Not Where Eggs Come From requires you to harvest spring vegetables. It will start out at a requirement of 10, which gives you the reward of spring chocolate. You then have to harvest 30, which will give you the blue spring rabbit companion. At 60 eggs, you will get the pink spring rabbit, and at 100 eggs, you get the yellow spring rabbit companion. So, well worth doing because you do get some cute animal companions in cute pastel colours. Now, our next task is spring taste test, and for this, you need to eat all 3 of the spring meals. So, you need to eat spring chocolate, spring egg bowl, and spring mimosa eggs. Now, one thing you can do is use the reward that you get from the That's Not Where Eggs Come From, where you get the spring chocolate reward. You could eat that, and then it means you only have to craft and eat the spring egg bowl and the spring mimosa eggs. Once you've done this, you'll get the spring tableware reward. Then we have Wally Loves Flowers, and with this you need to hang out with Wally and then just pick up 50 flowers. So I just recommend going through all your biomes and just picking up every flower you see, and that will get you your 50, and you will get the decorative tulip bouquet with that. And then our last task is exceptional decorating, and for this you need to place 4 egg themed crafted furniture pieces. So those are the furniture pieces that I went over before. So the don't put them all in one basket, the spring egg bounty, the over easy chair, and the sunny side up arch. So just place them in your valley, in your plaza, just dump them down and it will tick off. And for this you will get the tulip lamp reward. Now I've come over to Eternity Isle real quick here because with this event you also get some tasks with Wally. There are 2 sets of repeatable quests. One repeats weekly and one repeats daily. So we have the Bunnies on the Run, which is the weekly quest. With this, he will want you to catch bunnies running in the plaza. Very, very cute event. The bunnies will spawn once you've accepted this quest. And then if you talk to Wally as well, you can then do the Blooming and Blossoming daily quest. And with this, he's going to ask you to gather flowers and craft a basket, basically. So if we come, I've got a crafting bench over here, actually. Craft a pretty flower basket for Wally. So that is going to be under functional items. So you can see here I'm short of white daisies, so I would need to go collect those white daisies. I can then craft this pretty flower basket and hand it to Wally. Let's go over to the plaza though and take a look at these bunnies that are running around. So as I've come into the plaza here, you'll already see this white bunny running around. You just have to run up to it and then, oh my gosh, I've interacted with the squirrel. That does happen sometimes as well. But just catch up with the bunny and grab it. That's pretty much all you need to do for this task. There are 5 bunnies, so we are looking for the other ones. Okay, there's one up here. So again, if you have a decorated plaza, it's probably a bit more trickier, but it's fairly straightforward to do. It's not that hard. I swear they've cut down the speed of these bunnies. I'm sure they used to be faster. But there we go. That is all 5 bunnies, and now we can give those to Wally. Okay, here's Wally. Now we'll give him the bunnies on the run first of all. So that's the 5 runaway bunnies. And then you can complete the task. And he gives you some extra eggs. So it is worth doing this because this will speed up the process for getting those craftables done. And then once you've crafted the pretty flower basket, small disclaimer here, you can't decorate with this flower basket. It's not something you can place or anything like that, sadly. That was something that a lot of people wanted to do, but there's no way of placing this to decorate with it. So sadly, it's not something where you can hold off giving it to Wally in the hopes of decorating with it. But let's give him the flower basket here. And then he'll give us some more eggs, which is very, very helpful to have. So that's all of the original tasks that we had with the event prior. But now we have some new purple spring eggs. And these can be foraged from the ground inside the following realms: Moana, Toy Story, The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, and Mulan. Now 10 maximum can spawn, but they do have a 5-minute respawn time. So that's kind of helpful because it means you can gather these fairly quickly. Okay, so we are here in the Moana realm, and I'm going to have a look around and see if we can find any of these eggs. Hopefully, they will be sort of easier to gather than when the Inside Out event happened and they were all spawning in the ocean. All the like little things that you had to gather. I don't even know if anything's going to be in here because obviously there's quite a few realms. So there might be none that are spawned in here currently, which it doesn't look like there is. But I don't see any out in the water, which is good. That is also beneficial. So there's none in here. Let's move on to the next realm. Okay, and I don't see anything here either, which now I'm starting to get a bit concerned. Oh my god, sweet relief and success. Here is our first egg. Here is our first purple egg. So don't be alarmed if you start exploring the realms and you don't find one immediately. It does seem like they are there. It's just what realms they're spread out across. So I will have a look through the rest of these realms and try and find our remaining eggs. Oh my god, there's 2 here. 1, 2. Okay, that's promising. We're up to 4 eggs, so that means there's only 1 more egg. And it could be in this realm, or it could be in the Mulan realm. Oh no, sorry. 10 spawn. 10 max spawn. Sorry, I'm getting confused. So, that's 5. So maybe there's 5 in the Mulan realm? Perhaps? Or, well, I mean, we could still find more here. Because, yeah, we've still got to go outside and have a look. Oh, yep, here's another one. I'm so sad that these rose bushes are dead. Truly the most tragic of things to happen. Okay, I think that's it from the Beauty and the Beast realm, I would say. So now it's time to head into the Mulan realm and see what spawned over there. Okay, and apparently I'm finding none in the Mulan realm, which is not what I expected. Okay, so I guess maybe I'm not alone in that this is quite difficult to find. I'm glad that they've got a quick respawn rate, Because we're only up to 6 eggs here. Which, I mean, it says 10 max can spawn. Maybe they've not had enough. No, surely they must have. I don't know. Surely they must have. But yeah, I haven't found any in the Mulan realm. I don't know if I've just like completely walked past them or what, but I haven't seen any at all. I mean, it's very possible that I have. I keep seeing that part of the gong there and thinking it's an egg, but it's not. But yeah, I'm struggling to find any in this round, to be perfectly honest. So I mean, it's possible that it's quite tricky. I mean, the fact that they have a 5-minute respawn is quite good, because probably by the time you've actually thoroughly searched each realm, they'll probably start respawning in. It would have been nice to have found some more. But what I am going to do, because I'm going to have to wait for this stuff to come in, I'm going to try and gather these purple eggs, dedicate a bit of time to just, I'm going to run around the realms, keep running into each one. So I'm going to head straight back to the Moana realm, and then I'm going to sort of do them in order. So go Moana, Toy Story, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast and Mulan, and keep doing that revisiting. Just in the hopes of getting enough eggs, because there are some new craftables that I want to show off, but in order for me to show them off, I am going to have to gather some eggs. So let me go on my mission to try and gather these eggs, and it'll be an immediate cut for you, but for me it might be a bit of time. I'm not gonna lie, I have been at this for absolutely ages. I'm up to 43 now. It's not been fun. It has not been fun. Okay, there's one. I think I need 45 if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure that's what I wrote down, was 45. Here we go. Okay. I must admit, I feel personally that the Beauty and the Beast realm is the most common for the eggs. I don't know if it's because it's such a large realm or what, but I feel like, I mean, this case I've only found one, but I feel like I usually find a couple in here, but yeah, I don't know. Obviously I've only found that one that time, but it could be because of the cycle of spawning in. I might just be not doing well with the schedule. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've picked everything up and there hasn't been 5 minutes enough time for more to spawn in. But I think that should be, yeah, that's 45. Okay, thank goodness. Jeez. Yeah, that does take a bit of a while. I would recommend... It is so mind-numbing, but if you've got a day where you can play, just spend a day and run around each of the realms, just non-stop. That's what I was doing. Like I said, very mind-numbing, not very enjoyable, but it gets the job done. It does get the job done. So let's go to the crafting bench and, yeah, craft these items. Okay, so we're going to craft these items here. So our first one is the hanging egg chair. then we have the excellent balloons. And then our last item, if I have counted correctly, yes. Actually perfect. Okay, the potted spring egg tree. Okay. Alright, let's place these down. Okay, so these are our items from the event. I must admit, the balloons are quite cute. Like, I know we've had a few dream snaps where we've decorated with the balloons, and I do think these are quite adorable. I think these are a good set of balloons. They're a nice colorway, so I think they would be quite pretty. The tree is definitely, I mean, it is perfect if you're doing an Easter build and decorating for Easter. Then I do think these are a kind of good item to have. But other than that, I don't see them being very versatile beyond that. Whereas the balloons are kind of generic enough that you could use them for any kind of celebration. Same with the egg chair. It's definitely... It's not something that I would see as quite versatile. I hate this. I hate when they sit on the edge of the chairs. Like, why couldn't she sit further back? Sit in the chair, you know what I mean? Like, why does she perch on the edge? That annoys me. But it annoys me about a lot of the eggs. Not the eggs, the chairs. I mean, it's cute. It's a very cute design. I'll give them that. It's definitely very Easter themed. You could probably use it in some kind of like pastel-y interior build. But it's not my favourite item. But then again, that's the case for these Easter items. They are for Easter. You know, I'm not expecting them to be the most versatile in the world. They're just a cute little decoration you can make. But yeah, this was kind of cute. It was nice to see all these items and things like that. But yeah, that's it. That's the new part. I will, in editing, I'll do a little disclaimer at the beginning once I've worked out the timings of this. I'll put a little disclaimer. I don't know why I'm saying this now. Like, you're gonna have known. There'll be a little disclaimer saying the time for the new stuff for people that are only interested in the new stuff. But I know there will be new players who haven't done this event at all. So hopefully this walkthrough and guide helped. Also, remember to keep water in your spring for eggable plants. But yeah, this was fun. It is a bit of a grind. I think if you're a new player, it might be worthwhile, like I said, splitting a bit of time between running around those realms just to get those the needed for the minimum at least, and then focus on collecting eggs in the valley. Like I said, these take an hour, so you can just like set a timer on your clock or something. It's not an event that's meant to be done in like a day. Obviously, I'm quite fortunate that I've done this event before, so I have a lot of stock of the original eggs. But like I said, this took me ages to get the purple eggs, so I wouldn't fret too much about that. It does take a bit of time, but we've got 3 weeks. I'm really bad at maths. We've got till the 22nd, so that's like 20 days. So yeah, that's like 3 weeks. We've got like 3 weeks for this event. So plenty of time to get this done. Don't stress about getting it done in a day. You can take your time with it, kind of thing. But if you did want to at least get one of these each crafted, you know, just spend one day going around the realms. It is boring as heck, but it will get the job done. But yeah, I think that's it for this guide on the Extravaganza event. I'm pretty sure that's everything that I needed to have covered. So I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more Disney Dreamlight Valley content. We have a lot of amazing content coming up and I'm very excited for that. So feel free to subscribe so you can stay tuned. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys!